Hello everyone, and welcome back to Madcap's is being held prisoner or hostage.
Pew, 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 pew.
Something we just sold just a few minutes ago on eBay, I believe it was. No, it was Macari, wasn't it? Macari, yeah. We just had a ding from eBay. I don't know what that is. Kathy might. Did you know what
The
went
ding
on?
was your eBay on a silver certificate.
Okay, so I sold a recently listed silver certificate. So we've been having quite a few things go out almost as quick as we've been putting them on. And that's a little topic I'd like to talk about today. And by the way, guys, thank you for joining us today, you that are here. We have been seeing a lot of items that we've been just listing, so to speak. And by that, I'm going to talk about a week or less that we've been putting on. It seems like they've been selling a lot quicker. Have you noticed? And some of our older items that we relist sell similar. They've been selling. Everything's been selling pretty good. We've been having what I call up and down days, but the up and down days is not, we're not making sales anywhere. It's eBay.
Right.
The eBay sales, at least right now, we seem to be where Madcap Toys Plus, Kathy's store, when it's selling, my store's slow at Madcap Toys.
Sure.
When Madcap Toys is selling on eBay, Madcap Toys Plus is crawling. Right now, Kathy, how many sales did you have on eBay yourself last night?
Oh
Just
my
guesstimate.
gosh.
Close as you can. Don't have to be perfect.
It was a lot.
Yeah, you had a
For me,
good
it was
day.
a lot. Maybe 6?
Yeah, she had on our smaller store 6, 7 sales. I'm putting the 7 because I'm not sure about that.
It lit up like
Yeah.
a Christmas tree. It was
But the sales amounts, guys, as far as the sales numbers are climbing for the smaller store, of course. But the sales dollar amounts is still varying. So there's no pattern or rhyme or reason on that. One day it'll be a $30 day per item, basically. Then you'll have $5, $6, $7 days.
right.
And Madcap Toys Plus, I think, had 1 or 2. Macari had 1. I don't think Posh had nothing last night.
No, but they did have it on Friday, though. They had 2.
Madcap Markets over at District was a little quiet. So we've been having hit and miss days on sites. And just literally 2 or 3 days ago, Madcap Toys main store on eBay was firing off. We've had several $100 days, some's $500, $600 days, and then you'll have as low as $20 and $30 days.
Right.
So, you know, it's going off and on for us at the site on eBay, but it's not a trend line where they're both firing at the same time. You got one site firing, one site sort of quiet. When Madcap Toys Plus is firing 5, 6, 7 sales, Madcap Toys is 1, 2, maybe 3.
Right.
We've never seen it where Madcap Toys Plus, as of right now, is firing off, and Madcap Toys as well. It's one is on, one seems to be sort of shut off. So there's been a lot of talk online where a lot of people are saying, are they shutting some stores off so other stores get sales? I don't know, to be honest with you, but it does seem like that's what's going on. Wouldn't you say? Just from what little evidence we see.
I gotta reach out here. I do believe that there's something going on like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know for sure. It's just very circumstantial. So give us your thoughts and ideas, guys, that you guys that are resellers on eBay. Tell us what you see, especially if you have multiple stores. I know several of you guys out there have 2 stores. Some of you have even told me, Daren, I got 3. Well, look, if you got 3, I don't know what to think about that, because, you know, that's great. But if 2 stores are off and on, again, I would hope at least you'd have 2 of your stores on eBay firing if one of your stores was off, right?
Right.
Because that'd be awful. But guys, let us know what you're seeing sales-wise. Are you seeing both of your stores fire at the same time, same days, etc. and so forth? Or do you have one that's doing one thing, one doing another? Because there is a theory that is out there that they're playing around with the servers. And they're also planning to let some of the newer stores get a few more sales to get those guys doing what they feel for some reason the older stores are not doing.
Right.
And you can't do a lot if you're shutting them off, right? All right, Kathy, you got something to talk about today?
I got something to say.
She got something to say. So we'll see you in a few, guys.
Hey folks, Kathy here, Madcap Toys. You're back in the toy barn. Yeah, I'm short. I gotta fix it. I hope you guys are doing fantastic and having a wonderful start to your week. Gotta do it. But before we begin, if you haven't already, what are you doing? Subscribe to the Madcap Toys family. We want you to be a part of us. Also, make sure you hit the bell, please, 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 for all notifications, because each and every time we upload content, of course, you're going to be the first to know, and comments, you know we love them, so just keep them coming. So we have been busy doing lots of different things. Yesterday was a fun-filled day of yard sales.
Yes, it was.
And we went to probably about 3-ish.
Yeah. We
kind of skipped one, drove by it because there was only about like, I mean, there was nothing hardly there. So we just kind of X'd it, right?
It was bad.
But we did go to one. We didn't know if it was going to turn out. I said, hey, there's a yard sale sign there. I was like, whoop, let's go. And turned right and pulled in. We thought, I don't know, there's a couple tables out there. But when we walked into the garage, things started to happen. Yes, we got a Cuisinart in-box, brand new sealed juicer for $10, which I thought was good. We comped it. We're not going to make a lot of money on it. Maybe $25. If that, we could probably sell it for-ish, but that's okay because we didn't comp it. We didn't go in. We didn't go in with our phones and looking at it. We didn't. We took a chance, and we also bought a Pampered Chef. I think it's called a spiralizer. I don't know. Haven't really looked at it, but it was in the Pampered Chef actual box. Hadn't comped it yet, but I knew anything Pampered Chef a lot of times can be pretty good, especially if it's really new. And I bought a Gooseberry Patch cookbook. It is a spiral binder. Had some Cajun recipes and things. Thought it would be good. Only paid $1 for it, and so forth. We also went to a ministry sale, so to speak, that they were giving out a lot of free clothing, but you could make donations. And we're friends and family with them, so we would stop by. They had like a few pieces that were mint with tag that we gave a donation away to them, a monetary donation, and got those, and so thought, we'll try to play it.
Well,
see
Matt
what it is.
hooked me up with some very nice clothes there that I was looking at and thinking about, and he said, Daren, you want to get those because those are good.
Yeah. And we had to go see our oldest granddaughter. She had a bake sale to raise money for her gymnastics class, so we had to get some baked goods of the pumpkin bread. My goodness gracious, it's good.
I like the cookies.
Daren loved the cookies. He spreads a little peanut butter on top, puts them in the microwave, and oh my Lanta, it's been awesome. So,
and we also went to one where I got Kathy, and it's not for her to read, but for her to use in her store.
Right.
Got some, what would you call those, novels?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they're novels, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Now, I did find a couple that I was ready to price tag. Some of them had little water damage, what have you. So, it wasn't so bad where a person couldn't read the book, but it did look a little wonky. So,
yeah.
Where I'm going to put those on for a very low price, see if they can move there. But still listing a lot of DVDs, a lot of sealed DVDs. Daren had purchased a big coin purchase. You guys probably don't know this. Maybe 4 days ago. And when I say large, it was about over $3,000 worth. And just made a sale on one, by the way. Silver certificates. He bought an error $1 coin, dollar certificate, gold, silver, bunches of silver, stuff like that. So that is listing as we speak. He's doing all of that. He's also doing all of the sports cards, no matter what sport they are. I'm just going to do the things that make it, comparatively easy. I'm going to try to get up some more Stampin' Up stamps, the rubber stamps for crafting, because over the weekend I sold a set, and I was like, yes, good job. So,
one more thing. We now have been contacted by our new Pallet owners at the site. She's come back. So we are going to be offering some great deals, and we're lining up.
We are lining up. So just to kind of reiterate, because you guys, we don't talk about it all the time, but we had a really good supplier over a year ago that just helped us through. You guys saw the sales. We had things from our generation, Target dolls, to you name it. Some of the real good stuff that you've been seeing selling came from this lady. Well, out of the blue, about a year and a half ago, she said, she told us that she wanted to spend more time with her grandson, so she sold off the business to another couple. Not to play down, not to say anything negative, but it was a mistake on their part, only because their focus was to build, which they had already one in place, a liquidation store. So they spread out from one area and then went up north to another area locations, and they couldn't really do the pallet location like they thought they could. And it just got to the point that it honestly went downhill. There are folks that are also resellers, fellow resellers in the community, that are coming out and saying it, that it was just not feasible. So out of the blue in April, they said, from no unforeseen circumstances, we're closed. And we're like, okay.
Well, one of the biggest problems that they had, and this is a warning to you sellers on there that want to do and make money but sell mass. Watch the product that you get in.
Yes.
Just because you buy mass does not mean you're going to sell mass.
And I say that.
Don't do it on the cheap.
Yeah. And I say that because even some of the things that are coming in with the new store, I am watching. And some of the items, there's only one set of items so far that sounds like a good idea if the price is right. But there are a few that have come in that they're not selling at all anywhere.
Right.
So you've got to be careful. You just can't go and grab a bunch of case packs and they're just going to come right out of the door.
Right.
That's
what
not
makes this
necessarily
business
true.
work at the end of the day is sales and dollars.
Right.
If you have stuff and it's not selling, that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
If it's selling, that means something. That means you've done your job right.
Correct.
And I'm not talking to you guys or saying, well, you got a lot of stuff here that I never see move. No, and you probably never will.
True.
Because if we put it in here, we replace as quick as stuff goes out.
We do our best, yeah.
Sometimes we overfill, which if you're in here, you'd see that.
We do our best.
But at the end of the day, you've got to have a plan to move stuff out. And there's times we'll even go to community, family, yard sales, whatever, to move stuff out that just sets.
Well, I had a couple of products that I bought in a retail arbitrage in the last year or so. I was tired of it setting. Someone asked for a discount. But the cool thing is I still got my money back that I paid for and profited a couple bucks. Most people go, oh, that was a waste of your time. No, it was a tryout to see before the Christmas season if I could move it fast. It didn't happen. But now it's no longer sitting on my shelf. And that's the most important thing to me. I still profited.
We got one more thing. We have a yard sale with Alyssa and Jordan coming up. When's that going?
That's supposed to be this not this week, but next week.
Weekend.
So 2 more weeks. So we're gonna be planning that. So for those that are your local, we will keep you updated on that. But let's get back to our story. So after they left, we were pretty much in a tangent for probably about a couple months going, what's going to happen? What are we going to do? But we were kind of in a tangent anyway before they closed down because they just stopped buying pallets basically altogether. And we were kind of in the stuck mode saying, what are we going to do in our future for pallet supplies, etc. Even though we still have plenty left to sell. So we're not hurting in that respect.
Well, the guy bought 3 tractor trailers and just had them dumped off, basically parked
in the lanes where folks like us drive kind of pull it up and drive to pick it up and put it in the back and go.
But so he did that, and I believe what happened is he had done and this is speculation, guys, so please take it as that. But from what I know about business, he's probably bought ahead, as it was, a bunch of trucks coming in. Got a great deal on them. Thought I'd move it all out as we sell it. It didn't happen. So then he had to take and unload all that stuff and put in his 2 other stores and storage areas.
Exactly. But so anyway, off with him and getting to the point. Though the good thing is now, it was like last week, and I was just kind of wondering what were going to happen. Now, Daren, like I said, got to a coin place. Got a bunch of supplies with coins and currency. I wasn't worried about that. But I thought pallet items in the future of what to get to store here when we start really selling through stuff. And I was scrolling on Facebook and I saw the old title of this place. I'm not going to mention names. And I saw, guess what? New ownership. I'm back. And she was like, here's what it is. Here's the new name. Here, and we're in the same spot. We've cleared out the place, and we're going to start filling it up. We don't have a date yet, but it should be before the end of this month. Well, I was like, is this too good to be true? I had to wipe my eyes, and I looked, and it was all legitimate. They took videos and things. So I was like, Daren, you'll never guess what? They're back. The original owners are back. This is amazing. So we're excited. I know a lot of local resellers here are super excited, and we can't wait until opening day to see what comes about.
Well, it's like going from an A team to a D team, dude.
Right.
I mean, it's that kind of difference. I mean, we don't even look at B and C because it wasn't anywhere near close.
Yeah, there's going to be Amazon mystery boxes, you name it. We're just so excited because we did really well.
The stuff you guys, hopefully, if everything works well, we'll be seeing we get in. It's going to be nice.
It's going to be great. Yeah. Really good. All right, we're going to get to it, guys. 14 items on Madcap Toys. Madcap Toys Plus has been selling really good, like Daren said. I had about 6 sales just last night alone. Over the weekend, I think about 8 or 9. Poshmark is still doing well. Friday had a couple. Macari, gotta say, Macari. He's still relisting about 700-ish items that I checked. But Macari consistently every day has been doing 1 or 2 items, so it's starting to go up. And of course, Madcap Toys is doing what it's doing, right? It's doing it. It has its good days, it has its bad. Same with Madcap Toys Plus. A lot of times when his main site is doing great, Kathy's in the 0 zone, and vice versa. So this weekend it was Kathy's day, but you never know. Sometimes it'll turn right around. So you just never know. But 13 items we're going to talk about at Madcap Toys Plus. We talked about, Daren, on Wednesday about the big high dollar items that had went out, and so far everybody's got their stuff delivered. Everything is all well and good to go. So we're gonna get to it right here and right now, and I have it on here. I just gotta get to the right spot. All right, here we go. The very first one, we sold the Transformers. Like the Transformers? I already got positive feedback there. Transformers Cyberverse Cyclone Strike Windblade action figure, and it was found right here on the left wall, right where Daren has Transformers listed in the middle. Of course, found in the shed as always. And this sold for $24.98 plus
shipping to boot.
Shipping to boot. That was a really good one. Really, really good one. Very good. And next up, we sell underwear at Madcap Toys. You know, if we can get it, we sell intimate wear. And this package was actually found. Daren started putting some way back there where his model kit area is. He's still got a few packed there. When we were starting to shove pallet stuff in here a little bit, we're trying to clean that up and clear that up as best we can. Boys, 7-pack dinosaur briefs, Cat and Jack, size extra large. And I have 4 more of these exact packages available. And sold for $11.99 plus ship. Very good, because you know we're competing against department stores and the such. So for people to come to us to be able to buy that confidently and greatly, to me that's a huge plus.
And I want to thank everyone that's been leaving us feedback, because we've had some wonderful feedbacks as of late. And I'm talking Madcap Toys, but I know Kathy's getting some at Plus as well.
Oh, very much. Just had one today. Thank you, fast shipping, great packaging, awesome seller. Will be back.
Guys,
love
this is something that a lot of people don't realize. We will put 3, 4, 5 day shipping time, but we usually ship, and I say usually because it don't always happen that way. It depends on when the order comes in.
Correct.
But we usually ship the next day.
We do.
We try to get everything out every day. But we have those hangover days, as it was, staggered on, because that way, if we have a problem, family emergency, somebody gets sick, a site problem, something like the power goes out, that gives us a few days to deal with an issue.
To be able to deal with the issues, absolutely. So in our media pile, Daren listed this not too long ago. We're still selling media like crazy every day.
Actually, that should be probably our #1 seller, isn't it?
Right now, it honestly is. Being a toy store, wow. It's the truth.
I think both stores.
It's the truth. 2015 DVD The Age of Adeline, found on the media shelf. This one sold for $5.98 plus ship.
Awesome.
So it's seemingly some of the good buys. We've been also upping our game when we buy media, looking to make sure that the disc is in pretty much pristine shape. Like today, I threw away what I seen that was sold from Goodwill a while back. We got it at a yard sale. It had mold all the way through the tape, and I was like,
we did check that. We looked for it. We try to always find it, and if usually we'll catch it, we throw it away. We don't mess with things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, remember last summer we had a Brandon buy. We bought a bunch of Masters of the Universe. Buy was all of it. A lot of vehicles, animals, and figures.
Creatures.
We sold one. And you know what I love about this sale? That the guy, after he received it, not only gave Daren positive feedback, but he showed a picture of it on his mantle, which I thought was so super
really
cool. 1983 vintage from Mattel Masters of the Universe Panther, just like our cat Panther.
Yeah.
Found in the turtle tote, and this one sold for $19.98 plus ship.
Right.
1/15 of that buy that you spent $150 on. Beautiful. It was good. Really, really good. Had a little wear right here in the face, but we showed that in all the pictures. He was super, super happy.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times with the velvety kind of, the fake velvet,
they can get wear.
They can get wear pretty quick. So
they're
I think
they're about like a cat that's been pet so much that their hair
starts to fall off. You know? Yeah. Gotta be careful with those cats. All right, and then we sold a comic. This one is a 2020, and I had to dig for this. This was a big dig on that one, but I found it. 2021 Marvel Comics King in Black variant comic book, and this one's positive feedback already. Sold for $5.98 plus ship. That was a good one. I found it right behind where you're sitting, in a pile there. So very good. And I found out the other King in Black. So if that other King in Black comic sells, I don't know where.
Well, like you notice, we seem to have trends around here where fall and winter time we sell way more comics than we do usually during the spring and summer.
It's true. And all of our comics, if you're new to the channel, are bagged and boarded and shipped in a Gemini comic mailer for protection.
And guys, sometimes we may swap out some of the bags and boards because aging happens, life happens.
Absolutely. Got another positive feedback on this one. 2013 new mitten box. It's a Blu-ray called In a World. And the reason is totally sealed completely. It was really nice. And this one sold for $6.98 plus ship. Love selling the sealed because you don't have to worry about anything tampered inside, right? So it comes out great. Love this. This one was a weird one. So I knew Daren put this one on, and I said, you're going to help me find it because I've not seen this in the totes upstairs. And he found it. It took him a minute.
I don't remember what it was.
You'll see it when you watch the show. It's different looking because Daren had a green background, so it looked greeny a little bit with it, but who knows. This came from an Amazon pallet, actually, that we had in the back and way back in the day. Succulents Cactus Pillow Slip Cover.
Oh, yeah.
And it sold really good. $7.45 plus ship.
Yep.
But yeah, I was like, Daren, I didn't put this one, listed this one, so...
That was back on the model shelf that you just mentioned a while ago.
So I was like, I've not seen it when I grabbed through totes, so you're going to have to tell me. And he did, so
well,
it worked out
beautiful. I try to stuff things together as best we can. I mean, the problem in here that a lot of people that have a shop like ours probably understand, you're always looking for room.
We're always looking for room all the time. This one looks bigger in the picture than it is. It was really, really small. This is found in the Transformers tote. 1986 Hasbro Transformers Tailgate Collector Action Figure. And this sold for $15.98 plus ship. So when I was looking at it, seeing how it was close up, I thought it was going to be a bigger vehicle. Found out it was only about this big.
Small one, yeah. Was it one of those NASCARs you were talking about?
No, your Transformers Tailgate.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He doesn't listen, does he?
I don't.
All right, so in a clothing palette from All in Motion, and I believe that these leggings are completely sold out, which I had a lot of them in plastic. All in Motion Women's Simplicity Mid-Rise Capri Leggings, 20-inch olive green size. Large, again, sell out on these all the way. And really awesome because I only paid $1 a piece for these. This sold for $9.99 plus ship.
Awesome.
Very, very good. I love when I have sellouts on a lot of this stuff. It's really amazing. And next up, from a game buy that we bought this year at a yard sale. This one we had to have our son help us on. We said help because the tag in front of the game was disappeared, which means we didn't know what the game was. So he said, have no fear. He said, I have a Nintendo DS. I will come and rescue you and also test that one and others. So he tested it, said it works great. It's Mario Kart. So I thought, oh, good. So I can list this, test it, have it there, all as well. So this is a 2008 Nintendo DS Mario Kart video game tested. Mark our word for it. It is Mario Kart. And this one sold for $9.99 plus ship. Yeah.
Well, between our boys, and I'm going to count Matt here as one of them.
Yeah.
Between Adam, Jordan, Justin, and then Matt, when we include him in there, we get about everything done somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really help us out with our video game. Because, again, we're from the 70s and 80s. We're trying to be more educated and stuff like this. But a lot of the newer consoles, we are uneducated. But you bring up an Atari 2600 or a ColecoVision, we got your back. But
even maybe Nintendo.
Even maybe the early Nintendo. But after that is all the way. We need help. All right, this one, he had a bad day. When you're looking in the picture, his torso's there, laying there, his legs are laying there, and then upper part of his body. But we knew that going in. People love to get these for parts and to refix them. So we thought, here is something for you, and we sold it at a very decent price. 1986 vintage Hasbro G.I. Joe Cobra Dreadnought Thrasher action figure. Again, the buyer saw it. It was in all different pieces. We showed that in the photos. Mm-hmm. And hopefully he'll be put back together and put in a new place, right? A new life. And he sold for $6.78 plus ship. Again, don't ever throw those parts away. Someone can use them. So we lotted him up, so to speak, his parts and said, here, if you could fix them, adopt him. For sure. And next up, we did have someone that bought not one but two comics. And then again, we combined shipping. Refunded the overage and put it in a Gemini comic mailer. The very first one, 2016 DC Comics Universe Rebirth Batman Detective number 937. And then we also sold the one before that, the 2016 DC Comics Universe Rebirth Batman Detective 936. So two in a row.
And guys, we can usually combine about anything. If you have a hard time getting it to combine on eBay especially, let us know. Mm-hmm. Purchase the items, and if we can, we will combine it for sure. We always do.
Yep.
And then we give refunds if there's anything left, which a lot of times there is.
Right.
But please keep that in mind on eBay. I believe Poshmark's pretty much the same.
Poshmark we can't combine.
You can't combine? Okay. Macari is getting to a point where we may have to stop combining. Mm-hmm. Because there's been some problems.
Right, because when other people bundle, they do not put the appropriate weight, which causes us to get in trouble.
They don't add the weight of each item. They try to go by the cheapest weight.
Right, and it doubles our cost, and it comes out of our balance. So we want to avoid that at all costs. Anyway, the first comic sold for $4. Second comic sold for $4.50 plus combined shipping.
Right.
So I just shipped them together there.
And you can usually do 4 or 5 comics in a...
I would do up to 4 or 5. Would pinch them, maybe do some damage.
Thickness,
So I would only go about 4 if I'm lucky.
Okay.
Lastly, we have one more. And I had to dig. He was at the very, very bottom of the G.I. Joe tote. I don't know why, but he was.
You know why.
Daren usually puts G.I. Joes, Chap May, TKDK, all of those types. Leonard.
And Corpse. Yep.
Yeah, I said Chap May, Corpse, TKDK, G.I. Joe, usually all together. And like I said, this one was at the bottom of the barrel, but I got him, so I made sure everything was the same. His front, his outfit, the whole 9 yards, because we have been wrong before on certain ones. 1990s TK Air Force pilot action figure. And this one sold for $8.99 plus
shipping to boot.
Shipping to boot. That had to have been a vintage one or something.
Is older, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 14 items that had went out. Again, I tried to do something today so I could start to list more, because as of today, Madcap Toys Plus store is quiet today, so I want to list big. I did do fulfillment yesterday, which means I got most of 3/4 of all of it done. I still have to label one, and I may find a couple out here before I go back in. So I'm going to wrap that up, but also I'm going to focus on listing mostly. And I got to get those estimated taxes done because not today, but next Sunday, that's D-Day. And we want to make sure that our estimated tax payments are going out before that.
You want to keep the government happy.
So that's going to be something I'm going to tackle as well. Do you have anything else?
No, I think we're good. As far as I know.
All right. So we're going to get back into it. We're going to get going. We've got things to do. Daren already listed it. Again, I have to list and also find a couple of items. But you guys have been super fantastic. And until next time, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.